Okay, guys, usually we call this rate this team or rank this team or something like that. I think this one's just got to be called look at this ridiculous draft. If you've been following along with my other videos, you might have expected this one at some point in time, and here it is. Let's just go into the ridiculousness first, and then we'll talk about how it makes sense at all. Like try to make sense of it. Okay, so four quarterbacks. I was looking at this and like, there's not going to be another team with four quarterbacks. There is another team with four quarterbacks. This one's probably even more ridiculous than mine. So maybe we'll take a peek over there. They got five tight ends. That is very. I didn't notice that. This one is going to be even more ridiculous than mine. Um, will one of our builds win? If one of our builds win, that would be pretty darn hilarious. Okay, let's just focus on mine to begin with. What makes it the most crazy? Well, starts off, I think, pretty good overall. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers through 7. We have a stack going on in the 8th with Jaden Daniels and McLaurin here. Then things start to go a little crazy eventually. Look good. Got our first two running backs. I think it was our first two. Yeah, first two running backs. Then we got our third running back. Then we correlate with Washington some more. Got our fourth running back in Ty Chandler. And then that's when we realized we were kind of in trouble. We still only had one wide receiver. We didn't have any stacks open for the most part, or any great stacks, especially with quarterback or with like wide receivers that were going to be pass catchers. With this Javonte Williams thing here, which we hint took advantage of if you couldn't guess right here. So I'll give a moment. I kind of gave one of them away, but guess who we ended up with our other three quarterbacks? Put in the comments who you guessed. Person that gets them right wins respect for the day. Okay, go down here. We'll go slow if we can. First one, drum roll, please. Who do you think it was? It is Drake May was the first one. Funny thing here, we have Jaden Daniels, week 14 by rookie. Drake May, week 14 by rookie. We do have him correlated. We have a stack going with Douglas here. And do we have any bringbacks? I don't think we have any bringbacks on that one. We don't. We got that by itself so far. Let's go down to the next one. Drum roll, please. Who guessed? Bo Nix with the next pick. This one you should have guessed maybe a little bit because we had Troy Franklin right here. We also have Javonte Williams in the 10th. Okay. Hint, hint, hint. There's another quarterback with the next pick to make it our fourth quarter. Oh, by the way, also a rookie, also a week 14 bye. So 3 rookies so far with 3 14-week buys. Last one. Did you guess JJ McCarthy to make it our fourth rookie quarterback on the team? Not a week 14 bye, though. That's why we took him. If these other ones weren't all week 14 buys, we'd probably stop with 3. We took a fourth one, hoping that by week 14, JJ McCarthy has the job. And he very, 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 we have a very, very ugly stack of Chandler and McCarthy here. Okay, then we finalized it with 2 running backs. We took P. Ryan on this one because we wanted to take the other Denver running back. I can't even remember his name, but he's injured right now. Decided to go with this one instead. The hope is that because their other guy's injured, I think it's Watson, if I'm not mistaken, either P. Ryan makes the team and is their primary pass catching back, like he's been, because he's at least like third down blocking and then catching a lot of passes because of it back. Or if he doesn't make the team, he goes someplace where he does become a primary pass blocking and then catching back, and he gets some work somewhere else. That's the hope. So that's our team right here. How did we try to make this work? We did try to correlate a lot of it. We got Jaden Daniels correlated again with McCarthy and Dotson, and then we don't bring back for week 17 on that. And then we have again Chandler with McCarthy, no bringbacks on that though for week 17. Then we have New England with Douglas and May, again no bringbacks. Then we have Bo Nix with looking to see if there's any bringbacks. Oh, we got to bring back with Higgins on that one at least. But it's Bo Nix with Javonte Williams, Troy Franklin, and P. Ryan all the way down at the bottom right now, assuming he stays with the team. If he doesn't, that's okay. We're not really drafting and hoping he does. Just whatever it is, it is. So overall, if I had to say what we did to try to make sense of this, like I said, we got it stacked up relatively well, all things considered. We also stopped at 8 wide receivers, just enough to correlate everything. And we started off wide receiver heavy. We also stopped 2 tight ends with 2 tight ends very early on. And kind of digging this, it made me feel good throughout the rest of the draft, knowing that I didn't need to worry about tight end. The one downside is that you do feel like you have less stacking opportunities because your tight end spot's already taken up. So that's a little unfortunate right there. But I do like knowing that tight end's shirt up and I'm going to be digging in the garbage bin for tight ends, which I don't mind until I get there and I don't like it. Running back wise, we waited until round 9, and you guys know that I've been saying the running back third is like round 8 until 15, which we can see right here. And we went with 1, 2, 3, 4 running backs, tied with the most. There's 2 other teams that went with 4. So feel good about that right there too. And then because we started so late at running back, and we had gotten everything else we needed, quarterbacks, tight ends, receivers, we just finished off with 2 running backs to end. Shipley is a nice pick there because he correlates with a little bit stacked with Devontae Smith, I guess. I don't know. I just figured I need some running backs, and he has some big upside if things kind of go really sideways in the running back backfield in Philadelphia. And then P. Ryan again, he might just be a serviceable guy, and no one's thinking that. I haven't heard anyone give that take. I don't know if it's a good take or not, but I haven't seen anyone give that take. I see here Browning went in the draft. I got to remember to think about him. I got a couple drafts where I keep getting sniped on the Cincy wide receivers, and that's someone that might be fun to play at the end. I got to look into it more, but it might be fun to play at the end. I do like what he did here with his 4 tight ends, getting Knox, Ertz, Johnson, and Chig here. He has some early season stuff here. He doesn't really have any late season. He just has a lot of middle. I lied. I don't. I guess I don't know. A little bit of both, right? The one thing he does have potential upside here with Chig and then Johnson as well. This late, I think Chig's the highest upside guy. Johnson could show something. He was going earlier, and I liked him earlier, so I do like him late if I can get him. And then these are maybe your early round guys to start the season, and then not that any of these are rookies, so you really shouldn't be like saying like wait until the end of the season. They're going to break out early, or they're not breaking out at all, most likely. Not bad, not bad overall. Let's see if the Tennessee thing, if it correlates at all. Yeah, you got Ridley. Did he have Levis? He got Levis. He has Levis too. So I do like what he did there. Interesting. He's got 4 tight ends, 3 QBs on his team. Let's compare it to a team that has a similar build. This team's got 4 QBs, and so does mine. Let's just look. This one we're not going to analyze that much, but just because we have 5 tight ends as well, you got to think this is ridiculous. He did start off strong with a bunch of wide receivers. He's got a couple running backs, whatever, not bad. He stopped at 5 running backs. And he waited until this main area to get the rest of them. So I do like how he, for the most part, did his running backs. You can argue whether you like one of these players or not, but the strategy, not bad overall. If you would have stopped at 2 QBs, not bad, but then he had to take, well, this is the team that took Browning down here. Not great as far as that goes. In fact, I would have taken one more Bengals wide receiver as a Bengals flyer here. He also, why not, if you're taking all these tight ends, why not take the Gesicki so they can get that stack going on there too. He kind of is all over the place with it, whatever. He started off strong and then just went kind of crazy. I don't know what he was thinking. Let's find a team that maybe matches us a little bit more. Let's find a team that has 6 on the onesies and then 6-8 for the running back wide receivers. Right here. 3, 3, 6, and 8. Okay. He started off stronger at running back. We both have 6. So let's see how we did here. He went a little heavier, obviously, because you can see here. Then he took Najee right here, and then Pollard right after it. So he had 3 in the same time as essentially I had 1. I did hit this area more, but he hit it. Actually, hit it too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I like what he did from a running back perspective. He has higher upside, I guess, overall in just like established players and everything. And he didn't overly draft it, even though he's got 6 and he started with 1 much earlier and 2 even earlier than me. So not bad right there. Wide receiver wise, he got 1, 2, 3, 4 through 7, and then 5 through 10. So I like what he did there. Also, I also have, I think, 5 through 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I got 5 through 7. And then I hit on these other things at that point in time. So I didn't need to take another wide receiver if I didn't find one I liked. Find it hard to often take that 6th wide receiver so early, although I've done it a couple times, maybe just once, I don't know, a couple times. Tight end, did we differ on tight end? I mean, a little bit. He still went with an elite or a high-end tight end here. I had 2. He then waited till the end and grabbed 2 more to finish off a 3 tight end build. That's okay. And then QB wise, he drafted an elite QB. I have a hopefully they kind of play similar, and hopefully that means that Daniels ends up playing as a 4th or 5th rounder, and Richardson ends up playing as a 4th or 5th rounder. And he's got Bryce Young and Daniel Jones. I have my 4-headed rookie monster here. You'd hope that a team that drafts well is better than this team, and I do think his team has a much more obvious path to success with the high end running back, tight end, quarterback, and a good amount of receivers as well. While my team has a much skinnier path to victory in that I have a lot of players that with a lot of unknown at the QB position, but I have a lot of them. I have 4 of them. So as long as one of them falls into a good week every week, or maybe establishes themselves as a high end quarterback and another one as a medium quarterback, the other 2 could do nothing, and I'd be okay with that. Like I could see something where Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels end up being players that well outplay their draft capital, and then maybe Drake May and JJ McCarthy, because they don't get on the field or whatever other reasons, end up not being great plays, especially at the beginning of the season. I can still win if the other 2 outperform. I do have enough firepower at a lot of the other positions, and then as long as I can find a running back or 2 out of this, which I think I think the first 2 are good. I'm not really digging the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th ones though, so I'm going to have to get lucky in a lot of ways with this one. I feel like maybe no, I mean Ford instead, maybe Edwards instead. I think I might want to be pushing down Benson a little bit and pulling up like Gus Edwards, maybe. That sounds icky, but it's possible. Okay, so that's the draft. Team 3, Danimal, better team than me. Let's see, though, if I can win or if this 4 QB 5 tight end build can win. Let me know what you think. Tell me how I did, knowing how ridiculous this one is. Again, it's not rank the draft. It's how ridiculous it is or something like that. Or can you believe that? Or let's come up with a name for it. Okay, see you on the next one. Peace.